Hello everyone, so today I'll be reconstructing my 30.33 FMC mean from Mid-Atlantic Quiet Championships, and it got me Mid-Atlantic Champion for FMC, which is pretty funny because I'm not that good. But yeah, I'll be breaking it down. It's PR2 and it's pretty good for me. Okay, so this is the first scramble, and here I started on the normal scramble, and if you do EO counts, it's 10-8-6, which is really bad. So on this scramble, you can see that there's this pre-made pair here, and then there's this pre-made pair back here. So I actually started with this one here. The first thing that I did is I put it aligning with red so I can go down with R2. Then I solved the corresponding edge like this, L prime, F prime, and then I just did R2 to make the square. That's a 4-move square, and the corresponding edge that goes here is right here. And that takes 4 moves to solve. So here I missed to see if I could do anything better. Okay, so here we are on the inverse scramble, and you can see that now this edge is right here, and if you move the pair out of the way, and then do D, F, that's 3 moves to solve a 2x2x2 block, which is better than the 4 moves on the normal scramble. Okay, so here we are on the inverse scramble, and you can see that now this edge is here, so you can do F prime D F to make a 2x2x2 block, and that saves 1 move compared to doing on the normal scramble. And here, this pair shows up, but I didn't really find anything good here, so I just went back to the normal scramble. Okay, so here we are back on the normal scramble, and there's this edge solved here, so what you can do now is you can make this one into a free pair by doing B2, and then do L prime U prime L to solve this pair, and also its cross edge. So that's 4 moves to a 2x2x3 block. Then you have this free pair, so you insert like this. Then you get this pair, so what I did is I did 3 moves to pair them up, and then inserted them, and you get all the corners solved and 4 edges, which is really good. So this is done in 21 moves, which is alright, but it's pretty decent because the scramble is really bad. So I decided to sticker these up and insert them. Okay, so if we go 6 moves into our skeleton, here we have this case. So what you can do is you can solve this edge with, well, it's going to be written as S moves, but from this orientation, it's U2 M prime, U2 M. And that affects the flipped edge, so it cycles it, it cycles it out of being flipped, and you're left with 3 edges. So, written out, it would look like this. U2, F prime B, L2, F B prime. And that is 3 edges left at 27 moves. Okay, so now if you go to this point in your skeleton, you have a U perm cycle here. And so I just did F2, U, L2, like this, which is the move optimal U perm, and that gives +9. I couldn't find anything that gives better than that, which is pretty unfortunate because +9 is pretty unlucky for 3 edge cycles, but that ended up giving me a 35 for solve 1, which is alright because the scramble was bad. Okay, so here we are on my second scramble, and here the EO counts are 6-4-6. So there were a few nice EOs with the 4 bad EO case, but I ultimately didn't end up going with it because here you have this pair, which is really nice, and the corresponding edges are in really good spots here and here. So what you can do is you can start off by solving the edge like this, and then you just move this pair out of the way with a U prime, and then do B2, U2, B prime, or a square. You can also do here, U2, like that, but it didn't really give anything good. So this is on the normal scramble. So I continued on my normal scramble by, you have this pair here and this edge here. So if you move the pair out of the way with L, U, you can insert this pair in 3 moves with B, L2, B prime. And that is a 2x2x3 for 5 moves added to that. So that's a 10 move 2x2x3 block. Okay, so here we're on my inverse scramble right now, and if you look at red, you have 1 move to solve this, but it gives a free pair like this, so that ends up canceling. So F, L prime F to make that, then you have this free pair, and if you insert that, and then do U2, you're left with 4 corners, one of them's twisted, so this is a really good insertion, and I was left with this at 16 moves. Okay, so if you go to this point in your insertion, here you have, if you do U prime, L prime, D prime L, U, L prime D, L. You solve this corner, and you get 3 corners. However, the first 2 moves before this were L, U, and the first 2 moves of the upcoming cheater were U prime L. So that cancels 4 moves, so that's 4 moves gone. This means that you now have this Nicholas case in 20 moves. And so, what you can actually do is, if you just do Nicholas here, you get a guaranteed 28. Now, I didn't do that, and instead, I inserted to get a better solution. Okay, so here we are, and if you go to this point in your skeleton, here you can see that you have this Nicholas case lined up, and the move before was L, like this, and the move to start Nicholas is L prime. So that is 2 moves canceled. So that is 20 plus 6, which gives me a 26 move solution, which beats my former PR single of 27. So I was really happy about that. Okay, so here we are on my 3rd scramble, and EO counts are once again very garbage. 888. So I also didn't do EO starts on this one. Now you can see here though that there are 2 pairs here, this one and this one. So I ended up working with this one. So what I noticed is if I did F prime, so put this here, and then L, B, R prime, oops, that makes a square in 4 moves. Then if I do U prime, L, D, so you put the edge here, that makes a 2x2x2 block in 7 moves, which is not great. The continuation made up for it though. So here we're on the inverse scramble now, and you have this pair here and this pair here. So this looks pretty nice. And what I did here is I did, if you do U, and then B prime, R2, B, you get this pseudo 2x2x2 block in 4 moves. So then I missed here to solve it. Okay, so here we're on my normal scramble again, and you just do R2 and you solve that block. And there's this nice pair here. You can solve it with the edge like such, but as you can see, nothing good comes out of it. You have this nice thing that can be preserved by doing oil, but it just gets a chamber. No PLL skip. So nothing here is good, so I missed back. Okay, so here we are back on my normal scramble with this solved. And here you can solve F2L minus 1 plus edge orientation by, you move this here, and then you keyhole this in with sledgehammer. And that orients all the edges, and this pressures up. And if you insert it, you get 3 corners, which is pretty good. So this was in 24 moves, but the nice thing is earlier in the inverse scramble we did U, B prime, R2, B, and the first move that we did here is a B. So that just becomes a B2, and 1 move cancels for 23 to 3 corners. Okay, so we're gonna go this far into our skeleton. And at this point, our last move was F prime. So if we have this interchange of F, so F prime and F cancel. So, and F, D, D2, D prime, F prime, D, D2, D prime. So that is 2 moves canceled. So that's 23 plus 6 or 29 moves for our final solution. So this gave me 36, 26, and 29, which is a 30.33 move mean. This gave me 2nd place at the competition and Mid-Atlantic Champion. Overall, pretty good mean. I wish the first attempt went better, but can't complain about a 30.33 mean. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.